Okay, ladies, put on your seatbelts, please. We're taking a little trip, not in a plane, just from beautiful downtown Petah Tikva to beautiful downtown Bnei Brak. And our first step will be the Neve Sarah Herzog Ulpana. Shalom and greetings to all of you ladies at the convention. We've reached our first destination, as you can see, and we are in the Ruth and Avram Drazen lobby of the Canada Pnimiyah at Neve Sarah Herzog. My name, I imagine somebody has done some introductions, but I'll introduce myself. My name is Ronnie Rudnitsky, and I'm your resident director in Israel. I've held this position for 2 years, taking over from my good friend Shalomet Tyberg Isaacs, and she took over from our dear Sissy Flegg, who did it for about 40 years. The position basically is first of all, it's demanded by the Canada tax authorities, but what it entails is looking after the funds that are transferred from Canada to Israel, funds which all of you work so hard to raise, and making sure that it is allocated, that the funds are allocated to the various projects exactly on the instructions of your board in Canada. Okay, so now we are going to take a little tour of, I called it the Pnimiyah, but of course you probably all know that I'm referring to the dormitories. And as Liza Doolittle said, don't talk of love, show me, we're going to show you. So first here we see the Moadon, the recreation room where the girls spend their spare time and doing their homework and studying whatever they need to do. And here a good deal of money was invested this past year on redoing the ceilings. And these are actually the dorm rooms which we did not invest in this particular year, but of course we have in past years. And you can see that they're all nicely set up and orderly, even though the girls just started using the rooms. We were just at the beginning of the school year. And now we're proceeding, well, this is not a fancy place, but it's necessary. It's a laundry room, which was also redone. We are now joined by Mr. Yossi Glick, the principal of the school, who will tell us more specifically what was done. He's speaking in Hebrew. I will translate for him.
אוקיי, אנחנו נמצאים לאחר חדר הכביסה ששיפצנו השנה. בשיפוץ של מועדון בקומה א'.
זה הקומה, לא.
קומה א', זה קומת קרקע, קומת קרקע.
Okay, what Yossi is explaining to us is that this year they renovated this new moadon in the downstairs area, the new ceiling, lighting,
כולל מערכות חשמל ובטיחות שאנחנו בשלב סיום, סיימנו את זה.
They're in the process of finishing the security systems and the sprinkler system, I think, in order to get the permit from the fire department.
ותיקה שאנחנו מאוד מאוד חיכינו עם הבנות. אוקיי, בואו נמשיך הלאה. השלמת תנאי הבטיחות, דלת מילוט, עשינו אותו הכל חדש, ריצוף חדש. הכי חשוב, האינסטלציה והחשמל חדשים לגמרי.
New electricity, new flooring, and a new emergency exit.
אגף נוסף ששופץ זה חדרי המנהלה של הפנימיה, ובעיקר חדרי העובדות הסוציאליות ואימהות הבית שעד היום לא היה להם תנאים לשבת ולקבל בנות.
This is a new wing of the Pneumonia that was just now put up, and it gave especially the social workers, most important, and the Em Habayit, a place to sit and meet with the girls, which they didn't have until now. As you can see, it's all brand new and still not quite finished.
לאחרונה זה שופץ לפני 40 שנה, כשבנו את הפנימייה. חשוב לתרגם את זה.
And the last time it was renovated was 40, not renovated, when it was built 40 years ago. Since then, it hasn't been touched. Okay, even before Yossi tells us about the school a little bit, and especially about the educational enrichment program, which is where the program which Canada specifically supports here in Neve Sarah Herzog, I would like to show you, and I wish you could read it with me, an article which appeared in last Sunday's Yediot Acharonot, which is one of the two Israeli dailies, all about the school. The title is it says until 23 you will be an engineer. It's a special program called From Student to Engineer, and it is within the framework of ORT, which is Neve Sarah Herzog is part of it, and it will enable these 20 girls to follow a very special program. First of all, the fact that Neve Sarah Herzog was chosen as the place where this program will run, it's a first of its kind of pilot program, says a lot about the esteem in which the school is held, not only in the ORT framework, but in the country as a whole. And these girls will follow a special track, not only educationally, but full of cultural enrichment programs for them, and they will proceed for another 4 years, 3 to 4 years, and get a degree. Altogether 6. Together with their Sherut Leumi National Service, they will end up with an engineering degree in biomedical engineering, which is a field that I can tell you from my own personal knowledge vastly in demand in Israel. So we wish all these girls great success, first of all. And now Mr. Glick will tell you about the school a little and the enrichment program. This year, Mr. Glick is saying we will have over 400 girls in the school. Out of them, about 135 in the dormitory, and he is very grateful that with the help of Canada, they have been able to do the many renovations that were necessary and give these girls a warm, safe home. Anyone who visits the school as a whole, but especially the dormitories, anytime between 6:30 in the morning till 9:30 at night, can feel the warmth, can feel the home atmosphere, which for many of the girls is so different from what they have at home. Without the help of Canada, we would not have been able to do many of these things. As I said, again, thank you.
And greetings to the ladies of the Canada Convention. Goodbye. Thank you, all of you.
Hi. I just wanted to say thank you for the lovely renovations. It's beautiful. Yeah. Great. It's really nice what you did. And we're really grateful for it. Thank you. Bye.
We have now left one of the most crowded cities in Israel, and we are heading north on the beautiful coastal road towards the town of Herzliya, where we will visit the Shachmun Daycare Center. First, I can just about hear some of you saying Herzliya, that's one of the richest towns in Israel, with all those beautiful mansions and hotels by the sea. Well, we're not heading left towards the sea. The statue of Herzl is seen looking in that direction. We are turning to the right, to the older part of Herzliya, where we will reach the center. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about the story of this center, because it was opened many, many years ago. Nobody even knows exactly how many years ago it was operating, and in a very, very dilapidated, rundown building that just about had to be torn down. And so Emunah, the staff of the center, turned to a lady who had been helping them in various ways and told her that they were looking for someone or some way to raise $50,000 or $100,000. The amount is not exactly the point right here. And the lady's name was Mrs. Shachmoun, and she said, okay, and she wrote out a check. Well, some of you will say, well, she obviously had that kind of money. True, but then a lot of us know other people who have a lot of money. Mrs. Shachmoun could just as easily have built herself one of those mansions by the sea. She didn't. She had her priorities in the right place. Not only that, but she obviously passed on her genes, because about 5 years ago, when the center, now after 25, 30 years, was badly in need of renovations, they turned to her son, and he also came through with a generous donation to help make the needed renovations. And just this past year, we have finished, actually, the final renovations of the floorings and the bathrooms and the babies' changing rooms, all of which we'll see with you now.
Hello, my name is I'm Karen, the manager of the care center. I want to say thank you from the children and from me.
Just before we leave this charming place, I'd like to tell you, ladies, that in addition to this center, we also support 6 other places like this with an annual maintenance allocation, all the way from the Miriam Leaf Center Nursery in Haifa down to the Anne Lazar Nursery in Ashkelon.